the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JL Butch Stoker Stadium here in Alexandria, Louisiana, where it is time for ASH Trojan football and its playoff action. Doug Gann here with 446 Sports, going to bring you all of the action that is tonight. Trojans look to open up the first round of playoffs with a victory. They will face the Bruins of Bonnabel. And good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano, Brett Stallsby here, Roger Walker running the camera. Nick, my man, welcome up to playoff football action.
Yep, excited to be here. A beautiful night, 75 degrees. Feels like 75 degrees. A little southeast wind, 3 miles an hour, so it shouldn't affect the game at all.
Beautiful field there. The turf looks fantastic as you see it on your screen down there. You see the Trojans starting to get loosened up. Man, Nick, this is seems like just yesterday that we were over at Pineville High School getting ready for the Jamboree, and we were asking you what you thought about your first game.
Yeah, I feel like a veteran now, but still get the first game jitters. But
Bud Clark on via our phone, and Coach Bachman really got a blast out of that. We recapped a lot of the season, recapped a lot of last week in the West Washita game, and had Big Rig up here that made the trip. The photographer and one of the coaches there at West Washita made the trip down here to get some photos. You saw him all over social media talking about that. We've shared it as well. We invite you to check out those photos. It is Alexandria. It is Bonnabel. The last time these two teams met was in Lake Charles in 2020. It was on the hardwood there as Alexandria won that game 38-7. That was basketball, but it was for the state championship where Lance Brasher and his crew won the state title on there. But this is football, and man, Nick, we've got a great night. We saw Bonnabel getting loose a little bit earlier. Tell me what you think about them.
Very athletic team. They like to run the ball a lot, but they will line up in the gun and throw the ball a little bit. But like I said, very athletic, very dangerous. If you don't contain them, we're going to have to be patient on the defensive side, especially in the back end of our defense. Going to have to be very patient and make sure that we attack the ball and find the ball first. I mean, because they're very deceptive.
Brings up an interesting point. Last week we talked about all of the players that were not in tonight. Jason Blackwell, the only one that will not see action tonight. Our thoughts and prayers to Jason for a speedy recovery, the senior defensive back, looking for him. But all of those guys that were out are back in. Jalen Johnson is there. Jeremiah Jeffers Wright is there. Darius Washington on the offensive side. Tell me what that does to a team to get that starting lineup back in there.
Well, continuity is the first thing, obviously. I know that, and they're all veteran players as well. The depth last week was good, and they got some experience. It was good to rest them. But I mean, once again, this is the first round of playoffs, and you don't have tomorrow, so everybody needs to play if they can.
Coach Bachman's talked about it all throughout the years that we've been associated with him. He says you're guaranteed 10 games, and that's all that you're guaranteed. They've earned number 11, looking to earn their 12th tonight with a victory on the field. If they win this one, the winner of this game travels to play Brother Martin, who got the 4th seed overall out of that Catholic League, and what a ball club they are. But tonight it is the Bruins of Bonnabel, the Trojans of Alexandria, and I'm just excited to bring this one to you. We'll be keeping an eye out for our Southern Air Cool play of the game. That belongs to Christian Ray from last week. And tell me a little bit about that play.
Well, I mean, we talked about it pregame. We talked about that the defensive line, the interior defensive line, was going to have to watch the fullback, and then the outside backers and the cornerbacks were going to have to watch the pitch man. And I mean, Christian was playing that defensive end position. He had quarterback, and as soon as the quarterback took 2 steps, perfect form tackle, got the ball, knocked the ball out. Unfortunately, we didn't recover it, but we didn't see that on the play that we did for a cool play. Right. But just perfect form.
He
in position.
The veer.
That's right. It was perfect.
And then, of course, Ty Feaster was our Quibidos Player of the Week. All he had was 5 touchdowns, 4 in the air, 1 with his legs. And it took him, 3.5 quarters to get those?
Well, no, it took him 2 quarters.
He got them by halftime. See how I set you up there? Speaking of setting you up, now you've had a good run this season, but you're 0 for 0 in the playoffs. It's a brand new season. So we're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we will get into our Why Not Stop keys to the game. And it is musically themed tonight. So that's all, Nick, that I'm going to give you is that. Or you think you're up for a playoff edition of the Keys to the Game?
Let's go.
Then we will come back. We're going to do it right after this. You're watching ASH Trojan Football. It is the countdown to coin toss right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me
Back to Alexandria Senior High School we go, again, alongside of Nick Magnano, and it's often imitated, rarely do whatever they say about
This
it.
can't be duplicated.
These are our why not stop keys to the game. You see it is Alexandria. So the idea, if you're just new to us this season, that it is Alexandria and Bonnabel. You see it on the screen. But if the Trojans are able to do what Nick says they need to do, then they're going to win this game tonight. And all I do is give it a little twist and see if he can figure out how it associates. So Brett, let's roll on to number one. Uh-oh, I told you it was musically inclined.
Yeah, Mr. Clean, and I can't see the CD. What's the CD? Huh?
That's Brooks and Dunn, hardworking man. What is number one?
Yeah,
you said they needed to what?
Yeah, we have to be clean on offense. Cut down on the penalties. We've had a few too many penalties lately, and then we need to make sure we have no turnovers because that's the only way I feel like Bonnabel can stay in the game.
And you said one other thing. That's what led us to
and you have to work.
You got to work. And so Brooks and Dunn, hard-working man.
That's
it's
right.
It's in your brain along with Mr. Clean. Very good on that one. Let's roll into key to the game, number two. You may have to do it on the key to the game one over here. Just hop on to number two there. There you go. What is that?
I can't read it.
I may have to let Brett help you out, but I'll tell you, that is John Conley and his hit Busted. So
Yes.
How would that relate to that?
Well, we need to stay with the ball. They'll have a lot of busted plays on their offense, and we cannot let those beat us. So just because they're out of sorts and it looks like they're confused, we still need to stay disciplined. We got to stay with the ball.
That's similar to the look that you have when these
Exactly.
graphics come
Yes,
up on
it
here.
is.
You're like,
Yes,
and
it
you
is.
wrote the keys to the game, so
That's
you're
right.
supposed to know this.
That's
All right,
right.
Brett, let's roll on to number three. Pay attention here.
Elvis Presley.
Is there ever a more cool dude
No.
than the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley? So what would cool Elvis have to do with tonight?
We have to be disciplined. We have to keep our cool because they are going to push the limit. They're going to push the limit, and we have to make sure that we stay disciplined and we don't give them any free yards.
So there you go. There's we need a little jailhouse rock tonight. We need those Trojans to play cool, and there's none other than our man Elvis Presley there. So
That's
you
right.
did good
I like
on the
that.
playoff edition of the keys to the game. Back to live action we go. Getting ready to. Gosh, it's just we've got 16 minutes or so until kickoff. Tell me, what if you come into this, you're the higher seed, but that doesn't ever really play into it. There will be some upset this weekend. There will be a lower seed that knocks off a higher seed. How do the Trojans roll into this, not look ahead of Bonnabel as a low-high seed matchup and roll through?
I mean, as generic as coach speak as it's going to sound, do what you do. I mean, we have a great offense. We have a very disciplined defense. Okay, we need to come out here and play our game, block out the noise. Do not pay attention to the number beside you, which is a 13 and a 20. Don't look at that, okay? Look at this team as your opponent, your next opponent, and if you don't beat them, you don't have tomorrow.
The only numbers that matter sit to our far right over there on the brand new LED topped scoreboard. You see it. It is just 15 minutes away from getting things going on there. But you take the seeds, throw them out the window. You take the records, you chuck them right out the same window.
That's it.
And that score that's up there is the only thing that's going to matter tonight. How do the Trojans come out and start fast in this one? What has to happen to get them off and going?
Well, I think Coach Bachman's going to want the ball. I mean, he didn't tell us that. But I think he's going to want the ball. He's comfortable with his offense. And I, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's JT or if it's one of the wideouts, if it's Feaster, if it's a tight end. I mean, we are so complex that we can come out, and if we get points on the board early, like I said, that's going to put some doubt. They have a 3.5-hour drive on the bus. Okay, so let's go at them quick. Let's try to put them out of the game quick.
Winner of this one heads down to New Orleans. Well, Bonnabel won't have far to go.
Right.
If they go.
That's right.
The winner of this goes down and plays one of the Catholic League teams, Brother Martin, who comes in as the 4 seed. Do you know, had the Indians knocked off the Giants of Gina, that they probably would have been the 4 seed?
Wow.
And you could have seen a possible second-round matchup. But there's something about a frog and wings and ant and things like that that keep you from wondering about it and bumping his you-know-what. What does the offensive line have to do? We saw Cam Calderon was shaken up a little bit a week ago, was not going to come out of that game at all. Talked to him last night. He was fine. How important is that offensive line tonight?
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're disciplined. They're junior seniors. I mean, there's 3 seniors on there. They're well coached. The thing about Bonnabel's defensive line, they're not oversized, so they're undersized, so they're quick. But like I said, they've been coached up. Everything to this point that you've done all year, St. Thomas More, Karen Crow, all these teams that you played in your district, that is for tonight. You have done that for tonight, and like I said, they're ready to go.
Let's take a break. We're going to step aside for just a moment. Things starting to really get to heating up. We're seeing the Spirit teams make their way down. 12:56 and counting on the clock until we get that kickoff away. 7 o'clock is when we expect kickoff to be. We'll have the coin toss, we'll have the prayer, we'll have the anthem, and we'll do all of that when we come back. You are watching this very special playoff edition of ASH Trojan Football, brought to you live right here on 446 Sports.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
In the words of one of my favorite movie lines, we are back, we are back. Here to Butch Stoker Stadium, ready for week 1 of the playoffs. And let's take a look at our Velar and Green starting lineups. Tonight we'll take a look at the starting offense. It's led by senior quarterback Ty Feaster. Ty has impressed each and every week as he has continued to grow along. Back there at running back, you will see junior number 6, JT Lindsay. JT Lindsay runs back there, and we've left his graphic because he's had such a great year. JT did not grow a year overnight. He is just a junior, and we'll have him back. Got a great opportunity to talk to his mom last night. They come out to our Coach Speak show each and every week. And
Thomas Bachman show.
Yes, they do come out. They watch the Coach Speak. They come out to the Thomas Bachman show each and every week. And she told me while we were talking there after the show was over with, she said, yeah, I got after him. He stepped out of bounds one time instead of putting his head down. And she says, I didn't raise no softy. She says, you go down there and you announce your presence with authority. And that's just what junior running back JT Lindsay has done tonight. moving right along, we see the wideout E.J. Scott. E.J. Stop Route Scott, we like to call him, and so does the Rapides Parish Journal. They like to do that as well. Big shout out to my man Brett McCormick, 1T Photography. 1T Photography, by the way, in here taking pictures tonight, but will be the title sponsor of the Rapides Parish Girls Basketball Tournament out at Oak Hill Thanksgiving week. So moving right along, our other wideout, Darius Washington. Glad to see Darius back out on the field after being hurt last week. Jimmy Duncan, we saw Jimmy take some time, and when they go 3 wideouts, they'll go Jimmy. Moving through this as we're getting closer to the rest of it, you'll see our tight end, Tanner Townsend, 9 catches on the season, 6 touchdowns on the year, had 2 of them a week ago, and really catches the football well. Probably one of the best athletes on this ASH Trojan team. The junior tight end / H-back will be back one more season. Across the offensive line we go on the left tackle side of it. Caleb Pearl, he's the favorite to take over that center role next year as he begins his senior year, and the Trojans lose Cam Calderon following this playoff run. To his side is junior Jacoby Morris, and looking forward to how Jacoby finishes out this season, but also how he improves over the summer and gets ready for next year. Cam Calderon, the senior center, is there. Over at right guard is Brett Bain, and then out at right tackle is the senior Hunter Rivette. And that, let's see, we're going to roll right into the defense quickly, and we'll do that. Aiden Walker leads the way as the senior defensive lineman. Of course, back at defensive line, he was off last week with that sore back. Jeremiah Jeffers Wright is there, the senior, and then Elijah Nelson will come in and just wreak havoc. What a game. What a season he's had.
What a dancer he is.
Indeed, he's done that. We'll have to go back and see if we have some footage of that. Go on through there is Jay Frazier. Will get the start out at, actually, I think Mingo and Jalen are back at the corner spots tonight.
Jay will probably play some too.
Jay will be in there. You'll see him when they come in. Jalen Kirk, you'll see him tonight too. Our defensive starters got a little skewed on us there for a little bit, but we will see Jalen Johnson and My Mingo. Showtime Duke, Jalen Johnson will be out there. There's My. I was on the show last night, and he said there's no service on Mingo Island, is what he told us. So moving right along, there's a young man that will not play tonight. Hope to have him back should the Trojans move on in this one. Jason Blackwell, thoughts and prayers with you, buddy, for a complete healing on that one. Going through there, we have the junior Jaden Lewis that will get the start back there. Jaden Lewis on there, another one of those juniors that will make an impact tonight. Of course, it's all about the X's and O's on this Trojan defense. And there you see sophomore Xavier White, number 46, one of the linebackers, and opposite him at that middle linebacker spot, we move to number 5, Amarion Ford. And those two, Coach, just, man, you got to watch where they're at.
92 tackles for Ford, 76 tackles for White.
And that's what you wanted, because you don't want your DBs making the tackles. Brett will move along there in our starting lineup. Jordan Mason will see some activity when they come into that big 4 and 5 man front, will Jordan Mason. And so that wraps up our Velar and Green starting lineups. You see on your clock, 5:30 to go. Trojans starting to get ready to make their way out. They make their way through and under. They do that stadium walk. Now, that'll be new next year, or probably the season after that, as they get the big field house that is built, and they will come out that way. But my goodness, what a great night for football. Our Velar and Green starting lineup. A couple of things to watch for tonight. Our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game and our Quibidos Player of the Week, Coach.
Yeah, number 8, Carrick Gaines, most likely is going to fill in for Jason Blackwell.
Yes.
He'll play free safety most likely, which would push Lewis to the strong safety where Blackwell traditionally plays.
Well, I can't help but go back and when we see this shot on the screen, I can't help but never mind. I can certainly help it. Trojans getting ready to make their way out onto the field. Bonnabel is already on the field, and there's just, I'm telling you, I'm looking to the far side.
Yeah,
man, they don't have a lot of numbers with them at all.
They don't.
When they brought their skill players out, that's about all that they have out there. Goodness.
Yeah, it's it's unfortunate because, matter of fact, I asked Coach Bachman down on the field. I didn't know for sure if they were actually a 5A school or if they were a 4A school that just moved up to Division I for the playoffs. But no, he said they're an actual 5A school. So
To look for on that Bonnabel team, you will see number 9, Joseph 9 is his name. And so when we're calling his name tonight and we're saying 9 throughout the evening, it's not his number, but it is his number. But nevertheless, you'll see him pull the trigger tonight for the Bruins of Bonnabel. Trojans starting to get ready down there. You see a little bit, and you see your Trojans start to make their way out, and here they come. Led by the cheerleaders, and let's take now I tell you what, we're going to leave it right here. We're going to turn it over to the pregame festivities. We'll let you hear our prayer, and then we're going to honor America with the presentation of colors and our national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We are 3 minutes away from kickoff. You're watching ASH Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
Our team. The color guard is commanded by Cadet Major Jordan Dunlap. Carrying the Marine Corps colors is Cadet Lieutenant Samantha Dock. The right rifleman is Cadet First Lieutenant Hayden Cohen. And the left rifleman is Cadet First Sergeant Benjamin Melville. At this time, we please stand as Reagan Monroe, senior FCA member, leads us in prayer, followed by the playing the national anthem by the Fighting Trojan Band.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day you have given us. Thank you for giving these two teams a chance to compete tonight, and please help each of them reflect good sportsmanship. Allow each player to perform to their best ability and to do it all for your glory. Please keep the players, referees, fans, and coaches safe, and watch over everyone as they travel home. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Go Trojans.
No better way to start a playoff football game than a prayer and our national anthem on this, eve of Veterans Day. All of those that proudly serve in our military, we honor on November 11th. If you're looking for something to do, they've got a program out at the Veterans Administration. We invite you to go by there and check that out. That begins at 10 a.m. Check out their Veterans Administration Facebook page for all the information. They did cancel their parade that is on the grounds, but they'll have a little picnic lunch indoors. Nick, what do you have for captains for Bonnabel?
Doug, it looks like their front numbers are fold up, so I'm going to try to, maybe they can pull them down here.
For the Trojans, we've got a couple of new ones. Tristan Layfield, I see out there. Who else do you have on for our?
Yeah, we have Tristan Layfield. We have Caleb Stewart. We have Hunter Rivette and Brett Bain. Then we have 7 for, we have Dawson, we have Nick Allen, looks like 66, which is Christopher Dickens. And then I'm trying to see the third one. Looks like number 18 is the third one. Corian Hollins, if I'm not mistaken.
There you get a good look at what's going on down there.
Where the team is, we're always there. We've always had a strong team. We understand what it
Baseball lights are on. The YMCA, the YWCA is lit up off to our right, and it is playoff football. And what is believed to be, barring some sort of, I don't know what, will be the Trojans' final home game of the season, as the higher seed is the one that will travel throughout. That's a little bit of change this year. Normally you'd see an upset and have an opportunity, but the Trojans will be on the road from here on out. The route to New Orleans goes through New Orleans the next couple of 3 weeks on here. So let's see what has gone on with our coin toss. See our man Brett McCormick down there in the action. They're switching around now just a little bit. Still figuring it out. Okay, Bonnabel has won and has elected to receive in this one tonight. Trojans will be kicking. And, either way you go, that's all right. Well, Coach, we've got a jamboree in the books. We've got 10 weeks. Trojans finish their regular season at 6-4. They wrap up district play, that really tough 2-5A that had a battle in Ruston, or I guess in West Monroe. That West Monroe-Ruston game ended 35-28 in a game that the Trojans played within a touchdown of both of those. So don't take anything away from the Trojans in there. And Coach Bachman says, look, I assure you, a lot of the guys that we've played will be playing late into the season.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, you have your 4 losses, all of them. I mean, the lowest seed you have is Karen Crow. They had a bunch of injuries towards the end of the year, and they ended up losing to Shaw and to Acadiana. They lost to Acadiana by 1, barely lost to Shaw, if I'm not mistaken. So we're definitely in the mix for this.
Speaking of in the mix, Channing Mesh set to tee things up, and his folks in the mix tonight with La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar. We had chicken and waffles, we had meat pies, my goodness, and homemade, mind you, ginger snap cookies. Enough about that. It is time for playoff football here. We are the premier game of the week as we start this thing off early. Christian Ray to the near side, bangs on the helmet. Channing gives the way, and the playoffs are underway. That's a good kick, going to come back to the 10-yard line. We'll see what the Trojans return team have in them. Off to the far side, and there's an opportunity to get to the outside. Channing's going to have to come up and make a tackle, stepping out of bounds, and he did push the return man for Bonnabel, number 4, out of bounds. Addison on the return, and we'll get a good idea of who they have out at quarterback. They're going to say stepped out at the 49-yard line, so that is where the Bonnabel Bruins will take off here, and the Trojans had a little bit of a mix-up. They've got Nelson coming off, and they'll switch and put Hobbs in. Is that what it looks like?
Yes, sir. That's Hobbs going in. Sorry about that, Doug. I had 2 offensive sheets. I didn't have my defensive sheet. I had an hour and a half to do that now.
Jalen Johnson back to the near side. Miriam Mingo, the far side. The corners started out on the offensive side of the ball and will play offense tonight as well. Bonnabel comes out in the shotgun, and it is not 9 that is in there at quarterback. It doesn't look like. Looks to be a 2-digit number. We'll get that when he turns to us. That is to the near side. And slipping down on that turf. That's number 10 that is in there at quarterback. And we'll get that young man. He is Adams, Micaiah Adams, the junior quarterback. So Adams with the handoff.
Yeah, Jalen Kirk there in the hole was there ready to make the tackle, and the running back fell down right in front of him, slipped on the turf.
Just underway here. First play in the books. Dave Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. And all of our statewide audience is watching tonight. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. 2nd down and 9 from midfield. Adams in the shotgun, brings a man in motion, switches over, and will settle in at that H-back position. Back to pass, trying to go over the top. He's looking for Mingo Island and finds nothing. Do you know, I understand that there is no service available out on Mingo Island.
That's right, and he perfect position. I mean, try to go over the top there. He's inside him. I mean, he looked like the intended receiver once the ball came down. It was overthrown, so he didn't have a chance.
Gave he and Jalen. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how these battles come up. Johnson is on the senior guy, Burros to the near side. Here comes pressure up the middle. It's picked up well. Adams is going to spin out of traffic, but there's that defensive line of the Trojans, and Xavier lucky not to get a penalty right there as he came in towards the tail end of it. But there is Jeremiah Jeffers Wright coming back to it, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 8. Now, one thing that we did see tonight is this punt game for Bonnabel. And they kick it high and they kick it short. So that's going to give Darius an opportunity perhaps to run one back.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't get the hang time on it, but it was crazy because how high he was kicking it, but he was only kicking it about 35 in warm-ups.
Right, wasn't kicking it very far. And Coach said he thinks that's going to give Darius an opportunity. There's going to be a timeout on the field. Looks like Bonnabel takes it. We'll take a 30-second with them and be right back. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Time for a red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
We are back, ready to go 4th down and 8. Darius Washington.
Ivan Bonilla
set to kick. We saw that young man making some pretty good field goals, if that's the same one that we were watching. Snap is back there. Kick is up, and it's just what we saw earlier. It's high and it's short. Darius has it now at the 25. He's at the 30. D-Dub to the 35, now 40, and he's off to the races. 50, now 40. One man to beat, cutting to the inside. Darius Washington houses it. He goes 70 yards. Touchdown, Darius Washington. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, perfect block here by Mingo.
See if we can take a look at it real quick. He gets it so it's 65 yards, 75 yards on the return. Makes the first man miss, and D-Dub is going to come to the near side, get up, and welcome back Darius Washington. Good blocking downfield, and the Trojans have the lead in this one. And shot out of a cannon goes Darius Washington. And tell me what you saw in that made it develop, Coach.
Yeah, Mingo at the point of attack. I mean, right when Darius caught it, Mingo had a great block. And then right here about the 40-yard line, Xavier had another great block to seal it off. And then when Darius cut it back, he had nothing but green turf to go.
Kick is up, and it's good. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, following that 75-yard touchdown punt return for a touchdown. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
There are some things in life you can fix, and some things are better left to the professionals. When your vehicle has transmission problems, what will you do? Go where you know.
Go where you know. Certified Transmission.
Channing Mesh set to tee this up once again, Coach, and that's about as good of a start as you will get from the Trojans. 75 yards on the return, and first punt return for a touchdown for the Trojans all season. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Couple of pick sixes on the season, one from Frazier and one from Blackwell, and this kick is high and it's short. It's going to bounce around, needs to stay in bounds, and it doesn't. Looks like Tanner Townsend comes in, and no, that's not. That's 95, not 85. So,
yeah, 95. That'd be Nelson.
Yeah, Elijah Nelson comes in, and I can hear it now. Coach, put me on the punt team.
Looks like Jeremiah's off on. Well, they gonna have us re-kick it. Yeah, looks like we're gonna re-kick it. They declined it.
going to call the false start, take the penalty. And, boy, you take the penalty, that sets up an opportunity for an onside kick. It'll get everybody back. And, goodness, I don't know. Normally, Channing is the longer kicker. But look at what you've got. You've got 9 people up. So Bonnabel's certainly looking for that. But you've got 20 yards out there that's just wide open. You see that on your camera now, and there's nobody around. And that's the gap in the kick team there. So, Coach, there's a 25-yard gap. We'll see if Channing's able to put this one in there, 9:59, and missing a player. No, they did. There's not. They've got 11 on there, so they turn him around and bring him back. And Channing's like, look, I'm just kicking the ball now. Kicks at the same spot, and it goes out of bounds again. And Coach Bachman just livid with that. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to kick it over to the near side and get their speed guys down there. But now we'll be kicking off from the 30-yard line is where that will be. You get a good look here at and I'm not saying that would change things, but still don't have anybody back. I mean, they got the two guys that are back there. 9:59 to go here. That kick is that little bit of a pooch kick coming to the near side. Bangs around. 4 has it. Now to the far side.
There's a block in the back, though.
Penalty flag is going to bring that one back. You see that it rests just inside the 40-yard line. Is a little bit of laundry that is out on the field. That negates another big play. That's a couple of big plays that they've had and a couple of big penalties along the way.
Yeah, Jaden Lewis there was a block in the back on Jaden Lewis on that play.
7-0 Trojans lead this. You see it on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard that's up at the top. We're the only game in town on the Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard. I was talking to Janelle last night, Janelle Sadler of Sadler's Towing, and I told her, I said, we got to come up with an easier name to come. She said, Doug, you did it. Like, don't confuse my story with the facts.
That's right. Very good supporter, always at the coaches' show. Family's usually there. Been very good to meet them.
Tight formation for Bonnabel in this one. Now bringing a man in motion to the far side, and they'll look to hand it off into the backfield, trying to get to the outside before being knocked out of bounds by Lewis. But after a big first down gain, so they stack everybody in and run that little toss like the Trojans do to JT.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. They'll go from 4 wide to a veer almost set up like they just did, and they're fast. And you have to be disciplined because they're smaller, they're little scat backs, and they hide behind their line. And there we go. That was a first down. That was a almost 16-yard gain there.
Out to the 43-yard line go the Bruins of Bonnabel. First down and 10 following that big run. Adams back at quarterback. He's got 2 men in the backfield with him. Steps back. A little bit of a play action, but not much. Trying to go over the top. That one is knocked away. They're going to call a penalty for pass interference on Mingo. And, he's got to come off. But just great coverage by Mingo as he has a quick little word for the official just to say, hey, I didn't get there. Got there when the ball did. But great work by Mingo as he will have to come out for one play.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, Doug, is possibly the bottom hand, that was on the back, which would have been his left hand, but it looked textbook to me. And now Rylan Hall, senior Rylan Hall, number 18, is in for Mingo on this left side.
First down and 10, that puts the ball at the Trojan 42-yard line, 9.5 remaining here. First quarter of play, we're just underway. High snap, but corralled by Adams. He's being chased down by Jeremiah. And Jeremiah just grabs him from behind and pulls him back down. Great work there by Jeffers Wright.
Yeah, I think he's a little motivated after missing last week. He's glad to be back out there. But that's what they do. They'll be in every formation you could possibly see, Doug. That's what I saw on film, and it's not like they were on one series with the same formations. They change it up almost every play.
Hey, you get a good look at that Trojan defense. 2nd down and 9. Go the Bruins of Bonnabel. Ball rests at the 40-yard line of the Trojans.
Mingo backing up top.
They lead at 7-0. My back into the game, and there's going to be what we believe is a false start.
Yeah.
We'll get over to the white hat and get that for you. And it is false start.
False start against Bonnabel. We'll move the ball back.
That will put Bonnabel behind the sticks. It was 2nd down and 8. That will move it to 2nd down and 13. As you see them mark off on that nice electronic one, and that'll give you a good idea of what Bonnabel has to go for the 1st down. And good coverage here to the near side. Jalen Johnson is set up. Mingo is off just a little bit on the far side. Back to pass is Adams. He's getting pressured up the middle, and he's going to go down with a big-time sack by that Trojan defense.
Yeah, Mason on the sack there. Yeah, Jordan Mason with a great rush there. And with him being a little undersized, I mean, he was able to bring him down with one hand, but just a great rush there by Mason.
That defensive line just looking good for the Trojans tonight. Here the PA starting to get into it. It's 3rd down and a long way to go. 3rd down, 21. Passing situation, and that's going to get these DBs in there with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 at the top. X showing blitz up the middle, but it's picked up. That pass going over the top, and Mingo says, you're not going to keep throwing it over to my side.
Yeah, great pass breakup there. Basically, he became the intended receiver. He beat the man to the ball, which is why the contact was null and void there. He went up for the ball, got 2 hands on, and the receiver never made a play on it.
Coach, he made it a point to say that he was ready to go. They have picked on Mingo tonight. All passing attempts have went Mingo's way. All we have now is Darius Washington back at the 25-yard line. That's where he stood just a bit ago. Again, talked to Coach Bachman before the game. He thought they had a chance to break one.
Got it.
That one's blocked. That one's blocked.
That's Jalen Johnson.
Jalen.
Take your time.
Pick it up. Scoop. And Showtime Duke making things happen. Had the block, had the scoop, had the score. There you get a good look at it.
Oh, no. Dadgummit.
This will be post-possession, and it's going to be on there. Think we have it. We could take a look at that one more time, Brett. This is your instant replay brought to you by BU Designs. There's the off-the-foot camera missed it, dadgummit, and don't know that we'll get it there in time to see Showtime pick it up. You will see him get on into the end zone, though that was a tough one to watch. Looked like they had a little celebration at the end of it, Coach.
Yes, very much so.
Very much so.
They could have. They flagged about 8 of them.
The only thing, it's just one penalty that they will let them have. But Showtime Duke, Jalen Johnson comes in there with the block, the scoop, and the score. And 14-0, PAT pending here to make it 14-0. And I'm trying to count the offensive plays for the Trojans. And how many is it? Carry the 1 is 6, and Common Core says 0 offensive plays tonight for the Trojans. They've had a punt return for a touchdown. They've had a blocked punt for a touchdown. And Ty Feaster is just over there continuing to warm up and still not getting into the game. Wow. Yeah. 14-0 go the Trojans, and it got Bonnabel behind the sticks. Well, 13-0, PAT is pending.
You know how close this year, Doug, have we talked about those rushers, getting to the punts, and we got one tonight.
Indeed, we did. Snap back. Van Dyke's kick is up, and it is good. Now it's officially 14-0. 7:34 remaining. Trojan offense has yet to get onto the field. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching playoff football for the ASH Trojans right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-Ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
You say you need good offense, you need good defense, and you need good special teams. The Trojans have put out 2 of 3 of those tonight. Only problem is we haven't seen their offense, as that special teams unit has taken care of business on this one. Channing this time will go down the middle with it, and that's going to roll around and get out of bounds again. And Channing, what do they call that in golf? You got the shanks on it. I know they're angling away, but yeah, that's a tough place to be, and you know that Channing is just upset with himself.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, that's a tough kick, and and I know exactly why. I mean, Doug, we've seen number 4. I mean, we've seen him, on offense. We've seen him on both kick returns. I mean, that Rashawn Addison. I mean, he has speed and he's dangerous. And to be honest with you, that's your only opportunity right now to get scored on.
Because of the penalty, the Trojans are now kicking off from the 20. So you mark off the unsportsmanlike conduct. Now you mark off, and the Trojans. This is back where you'd kick it from if it was a free kick following a safety.
Yeah, if it was a safety for sure.
Well, they are putting this defense at risk here. See some umbrellas starting to make their way out. Channing puts a foot into this one, and it's going to get past for him. He bangs around. It's got a chance now. Trojans to hop out on it, too. Is going to pick it up from there. There's a little bit of block in the back. This may set up an opportunity, but the Trojan return team is there, and that went right off the hands of your man that time.
Yeah, and he hits that one from the 40, and it's possibly in the end zone. So maybe that's something that we'll see going forward. Maybe we can try to hit it over their head.
Big shout out to Coach Ben McLaughlin, who is watching this one. And his Buckeye Panthers are getting ready for a big playoff run. All 5 of our teams made the playoffs, and we will see 4 of them in action tomorrow night. Rebels will go down to Karen Crow on that one. Tioga hosts LW Higgins. Menard has Houma Christian.
Yes.
And Buckeye has De La Salle in that one, for those of you scoring at home. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line, and that's about as good as you could hope for. Ball bobbled around. It's going to be thrown to the inside and complete inside on Mingo.
Yeah, my there. I mean, just looked like we were in a zone there. Kind of let him have that inside release, for a first down there. He was on the tackle, and then Jaden Lewis came and finished him off.
There you see the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard lets you know it is 14-0. We saw West Washita hold the ball 10 minutes in the first quarter last week. Trojans offense has 0 time of possession, but it's a much different story in this one. First down and 10 from the 42-yard line scrimmage, the Bruins of Bonnabel. Staying in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. And then there's a high snap, and Aiden is chasing down. He's going to slide around, and that's just a tough go of it.
Yeah, 25-yard loss on the snap there, but this is exactly what we talked about, Doug. We talked about how there were going to be busted plays, and fortunately, quarterback fell on that one. But the formations, I mean, we're here second down. There was 2 different formations, so don't know necessarily what they're throwing at us from play to play.
Busted. John Conley sang that, didn't he? You saw that in your keys to the game.
Yes, I did.
6-minute mark here in the first. Trojans lead at 14-0. 2 receivers to the top and 2 to the near side. Second down and about 25. This time going over the top. Got a man. That pass is complete. Wow. Beautiful pass and catch. That's complete now to number 1, Guy Burris.
Yeah, what a play. Jalen, I think Jalen wasn't expecting him to be that fast. And he definitely went over the top, and Jaden Lewis was a little late getting to him. So great pass, great catch, and that's the way they can beat you at times is with their speed.
Burros comes off of the field now and inside Trojan territory once again, following that big busted play, and then they come right back and throw it 40 yards. 36, was it? Play action, trying to get to the outside, but there's nothing doing there. The Trojans will force a loss of 2.
Yeah, Nelson there didn't quite make the play in the backfield, but forced him to go outside. Jalen Kirk was there; he got beat as well. And then we had I think Jaden came in and finished him off.
Second down, 13 for Bonnabel. 4:53 and counting. Coming up at halftime, or right out of the half, Nick's going to make his way down on the field and talk with head coach Thomas Bachman. He'll be down there following the game, and then we'll have Coach Bachman up here for the postgame show. 4:46 remaining in the first. Second down and 13. High snap, and there's a toss into the backfield, and just having to cover up and fall on it.
I'm trying to see who there was. That was actually Xavier White who was there to make that play, and he was there quick. He almost, looked like the running back was looking at him and didn't quite catch the pitch. So great play there by Xavier. And
but how are you not trying to find out where 46 is in this thing? Xavier has been everywhere. Third down now and 18 following losses, and I got to believe that they're short of that big 40-yard pass, though. Maybe there's just not many yards for Bonnabel here in the first. That pass is over the middle. Receiver for the DB, Lewis, it looked like slipped down on that as he had released. Mingo releases him back to the safety.
Yeah, zone coverage there, and Jaden in his back pedal. Whenever he went to stop to try to make a play, slips.
Taking advantage. You saw the umbrellas start to make their way out, or for that matter, we saw the umbrellas start to make their way out. A little bit of that slippery turf. That's one thing we had heard from the officials throughout the season. It's a little slippery, and it's a little bit hard out there. First down and 10. Bonnabel inside the red zone now to the 19-yard line. 3:14 to go here in the first. It's Trojans 14, Bruins 0. Adams brings a man in motion. Going to play action. He's going to keep it himself up the middle and is only going to get a yard or 2 on that designed quarterback run. And there goes
Nelson.
There goes Elijah.
No, that was
it?
Yeah, Elijah Nelson. Yeah, you know when he makes a tackle because he starts to dance. But I'll tell you, with this crew tonight, you may not want to do that.
They strike very quick, and that timeout is called, and there wasn't a signal for it. We don't know if we've got an injury on the far side. Looked like they're running a medical crew over to the far sideline. Bonnabel not bringing a trainer up with him. But we do look at the numbers, and they're a 5A school.
Yeah.
And they look like 1A at best in numbers of football.
Yeah, they had 52 on their printed roster.
They don't have 52 with them tonight,
right.
I can assure you that.
That's why I said printed.
That's like announced attendance. There goes Adams to the corner, and there's Omarion Ford, and it looks like
Tristan Layfield.
Yeah, Layfield in on that one. Layfield, Omarion Ford, and 2.5 to go in the first. Trojans offense again has not been out on the field one time. This defense has been out here the entirety. This is worst scenario of Tempo Tuesday. But it's not the offense's fault. The defense has just played so well, and they've got they've got 2 special teams touchdowns out of the deal. Third down and 12. Back outside the red zone to the 21-yard line go the Bruins. Trojans looking to advance in the 2023 playoffs. There's Adam. Snaps that little slant throw in, and the ball is going to be on the ground. And Mingo comes up and makes that stop.
Yeah, he closed that one. He closed that one very quickly. Didn't go through the man. Waited till the ball was there and then closed on him, put the hit on him, and incomplete pass there.
Get a good look at the senior DB, my Mingo. And now, coming out, Bonnabel is to attempt this. We've seen a lot of this. Now, it is a, 37-yard attempt. We've saw him attempting them from 60. Snap is back, kick is up. and it is money, 37-yard field goal that is there. 2:19 to go here in the first. Bonnabel gets on the board, 14-3, and perhaps we will see that Trojans offense right after this. We'll be right back. You're watching playoff football for the ASH Trojans on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to action we go, and what is that, Timmy Trumpet or Tommy Tuba or something like that that's playing out there? Again, I'm showing your age, Nick.
That's right. I will say this, Doug. The way he was hitting the ball at pregame, he might put this in the end zone.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
He might.
E.J. Scott, J.T. Lindsay out on the field. J.T.'s to the far side. E.J. is the receiver to the near side. You get a good look at those two getting ready.
He's taking a 15-yard run to this.
That's the furthest back that I think I've ever seen anybody line up to kick this one. But we saw him kick it, and you're right. He could put this ball into the end zone. Watch for one of them to get up.
Delay a game.
Yeah, and so they'll back that up. And, man, you were wondering about that. It took a long time, but part of the delay could be how long it takes him to run up to the football.
That's right. But, another thing, too, he's been the punter tonight, but in warm-ups, we never saw him punt.
Right, all we saw was kick.
Another,
right.
Yeah, it was another player that was punting. So, looks like we got a good game of tackle football here on the end of the
end zone?
The baseball field. A little excitement down here with the young kids.
Now off and running for this one. That kick is back, and it's going to bounce around on the inside. JT's going to need to pick it up, and he does at the 5. JT now 10-yard line. Looking for a seam as JT runs up the back of his receiver. If he gets around, is that Thibodeau?
That was Grayson Thibodeau. Should I put him down for a tackle?
Now we will get our first opportunity to see Ty Feaster and this offensive unit for the Trojans come out. We told you probably it's been about 30 minutes or so since we did the starting lineups in this one, but here comes that Trojan offense. It's Feaster to the head quarterback. He's got two receivers to the near side, one to the top. Darius Washington is the receiver to the near side, and a timeout has been taken, but we'll talk about it. So we had
Kirtland Bates
in there
and
at the slot.
Yep.
You had E.J. Scott up at the top. JT was in there, and we'll get the rest. I'm going to keep it right here. We've run some good commercials and take this opportunity to welcome those around the state that are watching. We know you don't have a lot of options. Tonight is the bulk of it goes, but maybe you just chose to watch us. If it's your first time here, we invite you to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've had the opportunity to find us and come along, we certainly appreciate that. If you're watching it on Facebook, we invite you to hop over to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search 446 Sports. First down and 10 for the Trojans. It's their first drive of the night. They lead at 14-3, 2:12 to go here in the first. Football finds its way onto the field, and the Trojans have it from the 26-yard line. Same setup as we had a little bit early. You got Bates as the slot receiver, EJ to the top, and now the handoff goes to JT, and a nearly a jersey tackle as JT gets his first carry of the night.
Yeah, just went right off Cam and Morris between there for a 7-yard, almost 8-yard gain on the first down.
Here comes the tempo right off the bat. JT's got it once again. Goes into the middle and continues to fall forward. Again, you've compared him to Eric Dickerson, the way that he runs the football. Coming in, falls down, he has to turn around. Trojans lead. But there's Chris John.
Yeah, we're back here. Pretty much one possession of offense for Ash. We have 2 touchdowns off a special return. Bonnabel's quarterback fumbles a snap. He's going to run for it. Looks like Jaden Kirk has him. Throws the ball out of bounds. Our line for Bonnabel. Great play there by Jaden Kirk to put the pressure on him, keep contained, and force him to the outside. And there was nowhere for the quarterback, for Bonnabel's quarterback, to go on that one. Bonnabel does a lot of substitutions. They do play a lot of different formations on offense. And we have Mingo up top, and Jalen Johnson out here.
Had to little quality for speed on there, and so we've got you back, we believe, and it's still in and out, but we'll have the full broadcast up before the night is out in its entirety, so bear with us on this one. It is second quarter action from Butch Stoker Stadium, 3rd down and 10. New quarter, no, it's still Adams that's in there at quarterback. Again, big shout out to all of our sponsors, especially Polos and Plaids, who dressed us all season long. Adams back to pass. Now he's going to tuck and try to run. Slips down on that turf and took a right turn at Amarion and unable to get anything going. And I don't know if it meant to slide down out of that, tried to make a cut, but didn't get it. And
yeah, he was almost too fast for his own good, Doug. Looked like he had a chance to beat Ford there, but he slipped and fell, so 4th and 5, and Darius Washington back to receive the punt.
Darius stands at the 45. He's got a touchdown receiving. He's got a touchdown punt return, and looking to add to that perhaps here at 4th down and 5. 21-3. Trojans have had the ball one time. 6 offensive plays?
Yes.
Nick, is that right?
That's
6 plays.
correct.
Snap is back, and that kick goes off to the right side. It's high. Darius is going to wisely let that one get out of there, bouncing around. And look, Jaden Lewis with just as good a play on that as anybody.
Yes.
As he got out of the way. He recognized what was going on and got out of the way.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Darius was probably telling him as well. But, yes, you do not want that touch there to make it a live ball for them. And great field position starting at their 46-yard line.
Well, you have every bit of the momentum in this one, and you just have to play mistake-free from here on out.
Yeah, we talked about being clean, and so far we have been.
JT had a great drive there. Receivers, one to the top. They've got that H-back stack on the far side, so you've got 3 in the backfield, and now that is Townsend that comes in motion. But an official timeout as a football rolled onto the field from the Bonnabel sideline. Only thing that slowed the Trojans down tonight has been that one.
Yeah, this has been a very impressive showing so far here in the 10:47 left in the second quarter.
Lord, Southern Air Cool Play of the Game nominee, Jalen Johnson had that. Showtime Duke with the block and the scoop and score. But Darius Washington, a couple of touchdowns. Oh, Ty going over the top. Looked like that one slipped a little bit, but in and out of the hands of E.J. Scott. I mean, that was he actually just threaded the needle right there, did Feaster.
Yeah, when we watch the replay, I'm going to be like, because I think Townsend was a little more open, but boy, he did. He dropped that right in EJ's breadbasket, and I don't know if he was, kind of shielded by the defenders in front of him or if he just dropped it, but it ended up being a great throw, and unfortunately, he didn't catch it.
2nd down and 10, Trojan scrimmage from the Bruin 46-yard line. Snap is back to Feaster. JT's got it. JT up the middle, spinning around, driving those legs, and that's a 1st down for the Trojans as Lindsey continues to operate.
Yeah, 12-yard gain there. We had Morris and Pearl both pull on that one and open that up for JT.
There you get a good look at JT and Ty. Back to live action. Up the middle goes JT. And there goes Lindsey. That's going to come back, it appears, to have been a penalty flag that came in from the back judge.
There's one up here. There's one at the line of scrimmage as well, Doug, so it might be offsetting.
Going back to your keys of the game as we wait for the official signal, JT has, in fact, been a hard-working man tonight.
Yeah, for sure, which, I mean, he brings it. He brings his lunch pail every week. Looking for Coach Bachman, so it might be 2 penalties on them.
Seeing where it came from at the end of it, you would have thought perhaps that it is
legal
declined.
Participation. Okay.
Right.
Penalties declined, so the Trojans have the ball. 1st and 10. 17-yard line.
17-yard line go the Trojans, 10:09 remaining. Snap back, it's out to the corner. That's complete. Kirkland Bates has it, and he's run out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, 6-yard gain there for Kirkland. Just a nice little, 5-yard out route, and Feaster put it on him perfect.
Trojans again go tempo tonight. Handoff up the middle. JT spinning around, and he's going to be brought down. But another Trojan first down as JT has continued to work hard tonight.
Yeah, 5-yard gain on that one. Kind of got twisted a little bit. Fortunately, he was able to hold on to the ball.
Only the second possession for the Trojans tonight. Find themselves first and goal from the 7-yard line. JT's got it. He's following that big offensive line into the end zone. Touchdown, JT Lindsey. Touchdown, Trojans. JT Lindsey caps it off, and not going to be able to watch it as we had to stop the replay buffer on there, but we'll have all of these clipped up. That's about the only thing that saved us from the choppiness on there. Trojans up 27-3. PAT is pending. They are well on their way to a trip down to New Orleans and Brother Martin a week from tonight. My on to hold. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. Back into that aforementioned little football game that was going on in the back. Trojans 28, Bonnabel 3, 9:26 to go into halftime. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Playoff Football on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today.
Back to live action we go. JL Butch Stoker Stadium. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. Roger Walker fighting the elements outside, running the camera for us, and Brett Stallsby in here doing our production. Channing Mesh set to put a foot into this one, and does. Kick hauled in at the 8-yard line, and that turf monster will get you right there about the 18. A little bit of personal privilege in this one, and I've been around the city government in a while, and that's what they do when they want to talk about something that has nothing to do with what they're talking about. They take a moment of personal privilege, and I'm going to do that to congratulate our Buckeye voice, Scott Mills. Proposed on the air last Friday night, and so what a great night that was. That was our Buckeye Southern Air cool play of the game, and his now fiance, she said yes. So it was out there for a little while. We weren't sure what was going to happen with it. Had to go to the replay to verify everything. But congratulations to Scott and Kim, a wonderful couple there. First down and 10 as I zip back into play-by-play role. Ball sits just outside the 19-yard line, 28-3 in this one. Trojans trying to get to that 42-point mark. We'll have to get to 45 to make the clock run. High snap. That's going to go over the quarterback's head, but he's going to fall on it at the 5-yard line. And worst fears realized for this Bonnabel team that was definitely overmatched in this, undermanned in it, if you will, in numbers, not in heart. They were out here, and they were as fired up as anybody you'll find in pregame, but just numbers. And when you have a offense or limited numbers and an offense that's going that fast, it's a bad equation.
Yeah, for sure. 13-yard loss on that play for Bonnabel there.
Make it second down and 23 from the 5-yard line. 8:42 until halftime. Trojans do get the ball to start the second half. Snap is back. It's another high one, but Adams is able to pull it down. But here comes that pressure. Oh, from the far side. Big time hit. Goodness gracious, coming up and making a big one. We'll see. Marion Ford.
Wow, what a that's one that we want to watch replay.
I mean, comes from the far side to make that happen. And I guess they give him back to the line of scrimmage is where it was. It'll be third down and 23. 8:04 to go until halftime. You see it on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard as it is 28-3 to 3. My man Chuck Perkins has made it up here all the way from the reservation wrap-up or roundup or one of those. 7:49 and counting motion. But a big third down, and that one's over the top again. And he's best served to get that out of the end zone. It does. That's going to be a safety that is back there. And the Trojans now have 16 points on special teams and defense tonight as that one was snapped over. They'll get a free kick out of this, and the Trojans lead it now 30-3. It's just that relentless pressure that is coming from the defense. You've got all this other stuff going on. Oh, yeah, here comes X, and here comes Amarion, and here comes everybody else.
Yeah, it's hard to really describe, what's going on for Bonnabel right now. Unfortunately, nothing is going right. The one possession we've had on offense, we go straight down the field and score on them. Their first 2 possessions, they punt the ball to us. We have the return, the punt return. Then their second offensive possession, they go to punt the ball. We block it for a return, and it's just been a rough night for them.
Punt return for a touchdown, blocked punt turned into a touchdown, and now a safety. The Trojans' offense has had 2 drives. They've scored on that, a Darius Washington touchdown reception, a JT Lindsey touchdown run. So 14 points for the offense, 16 for the defense. This is 30-3 with just 2 possessions for the Trojans.
Yeah, and look for JT and EJ to be ready for this one as well.
EJ Scotch to the near side, JT Lindsey. They rest at the 27-yard line.
Bonilla with the kickoff here.
Yep, Trojans really can smell that trip to New Orleans and Brother Martin. That is JT that's going to grab it at the 29. Now 35-40 goes JT. Ran up the back of his own guy last time. This time it's not going to happen. JT to the 30, now 25, one man to beat. No flag. Oh, there's a flag back at the 44.
Yeah.
There's a penalty flag on the 44-yard line. Going to be an illegal block.
Yeah, blocking the back right there at the first one that came down.
None of the Trojans know it. It's just the lone white hat that is standing back at the 44-yard line. And the Trojans coaches are bringing everybody back. Tanner down there looking for the PAT, and he's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. What a run by JT. Had a big one called back. That's his second one of the season that's been called back.
Yeah. First one was kind of questionable last week, West Washita. I watched the replay, and I don't think it was necessarily clipping, but that one was a clipping. That was a block in the back. I saw it right there, unfortunately, and I don't think the guy would have made a play, but still, you can't do it even if he's off the ball.
Goodness gracious, JT has been running, and now they're going to give him a breather as that is Vaughn that has made his way in there. Vaughn Dabone has made it in.
Yeah, little Barry Sanders here.
Right. 2 stacked receivers to the near side. That's D-Dub and that's EJ. Stopper out Scott. Haven't seen that from him tonight. Hasn't been a need. No receivers to the far side. Townsend is the H-back. In motion is Jimmy Duncan, actually. So it's not that. It's Jimmy that's going to get it. Jimmy trying to get to the outside. Stutter steps a little and is slung around and brought down. And JT now will get back in there after about a 10-second breather.
Yeah, 2-yard gain there by Jimmy. They must have been grabbed by the shoulder pad because it sure did look like he got pulled back by the face mask, but the side judge was right there. Jimmy's in motion again here, back with Ty.
Feaster throws it out to the near side. Bonnabel there to bring it in. A 16-yard reception to EJ. I think it was a little further than the stop route normally, but coined that phrase, and it actually made it into the article from Brett McCormick.
Yeah, it did.
Brett, of course, joins us on Coach Speak, does all the statting for us and the pictures. JT doesn't get it. Ty's got it to the near side and falls down inside the 45 to the 42-yard line.
We'll give him 6 yards there on that keeper, and that's what we talked about, Doug, towards the end of the season is if you're going to do that, run pass option, you have to keep it.
Second down, and give him 5 on it, maybe 6.
Offside here.
And that's going to be a first down via the 5 yards. So That was 6 yards on the pickup, would have been 2nd down and 4 or 5 yards. Gets it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, where the Trojans are looking to put up just their 3rd offensive touchdown of the night in 3 drives. They lead this one 30-3. Running away with this one in a big way. Snap is back. Quick throw. There it is. EJ's got it, and he's down for another try. They're going to mark him down at the 29, so just shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, 9-yard gain there. That was a little slant. That's kind of new for EJ, so I like that. I like that mix up here.
Got to show a lot. H-back to the near side is Tanner. Handoff goes to JT. It's stutter stepping around, gets the first down. Forward progress will give him the 27-yard line, and that's another first down for Alexandria.
Yeah, 2-yard gain there. I'd like for the referees to call it a little bit earlier so he doesn't get slammed to the turf there, but hard 2 yards and got the first down.
Bonnabel Bruins in this one just have been overwhelmed, it seems, have fought really hard here in the first, 17 minutes or 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, look for Darius up top here, Doug.
Got 2 receivers up there. Look for JT coming off the far side. That's JT to the 15. Looking for folks. Mama can't call him soft on that one. How about that? Finishing that big run.
Yeah, 17-yard gain there off the right side. I mean, Bain and Verrett, they just locked it in here with Townsend, and he had a 17-yard gain there.
There you get a good look at JT. Feaster back to pass now, throwing it over the top. Got a man, that's EJ. Into the end zone, complete. They practice that one a lot. Touchdown, EJ Scott. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, Doug, he made up for that drop on that post route earlier, that long post route earlier with a great, corner route right there, and kept the ball, kept his feet in, and just kept the ball all the way to the ground, held on to it all the way to the ground. So great possession. A great pass there, great catch. And did you see Jalen Johnson just throw EJ?
Jalen's a big fella. Jalen is indeed a big dude. Kick is up, and it is good. 37-3. Trojans lead it by 34. 4:37 to go until halftime. We'll be back right after this. You're watching ASH Trojan playoff football right here on 446 Sports. Back to Butch Stoker Stadium we go. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano. Light rain starting to fall. We may end up having to bring that camera that's outside in. It's starting to rain on my man Raj, and that kick is up and away. We may have to switch to this inside camera. Only off to the far side, looking to get down the sideline, but the Trojan kick team is there. And Trojans, coach, got to get the 34 up now. They are 8 away from that magic number. And, they're not running up a score, but trying to get it there just as quick as they possibly can to go ahead and get out of this one.
Yeah, 6 plays, 66 yards on that drive with a 10-yard pass from Ty Feaster to EJ Scott on the touchdown here in the corner right here on this end on the home side. Just a great offensive possession there.
That light rain, but steady.
I have Jalen on number 11 out here now.
Jalen to the near side. Showtime Duke that had the block, then the scoop and score. Back to pass now is Adams. No, he's going to step up into the middle, looking to run as the Trojans are back in coverage. Coming up and making that one.
It's like Carrot Gaines on that tackle there. Was that Mama? No, that's Mama on that tackle there. But that's a first down there, almost 20-yard gain there.
Bonnabel has moved the ball pretty well. They've just not been able to do anything with it. They get it out to the 48-yard line, nearing midfield, first down and 10 following that big quarterback keeper. impressed with that young man. He has been battling the entire way. It's a high snap once again, but corralled and given to the running back who's banging around up the middle and back-to-back first downs. Looked like, was that Cortez Simon that was
Cortez
in there?
Yeah, Cortez Simon there on the tackle with Jaden Lewis, I think, who helped him. No, I'm sorry, it was Ford. That was Ford that helped him. So, yeah, Simon with his first tackle of the night in there at free safety.
First down and 10 inside Trojan territory again. Last time they were down, or a couple of times ago, the only time they've been really deep is that field goal. 37 yards is what it was. High snap corralled by Adams. Handoff goes up a couple of yards, and they're trying their best to run what they can. Second down and 8.
Yeah, Jeremiah on the tackle there with Nelson. So just a 2-yard gain there. Way to stop up the middle there.
Bonnabel continuing to not really be in a hurry, and you can't blame them in this one. They're over. They ran into a buzzsaw here in the first round, just in the first half. Trojans had it for just a couple of minutes in that first quarter is all they had it. Again, back-to-back weeks, but the story has been the defense tonight in this one. Second down and 8 from the 35. Low snap this time, and almost intercepted. And goodness gracious,
We might have to talk to him next week at the coaches show.
Indeed, he needs that. He's been on it here at the when we were here for homecoming.
Here, so we'll give him a pass breakup on that one.
Indeed, we will. 2:28 to go, third down and 8. 2:28 remaining here in the first half, 37-3. You see it on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Snap is high, but it's brought back in. A young man ought to play shortstop for Bonnabel there. And brought down. That's going to be another fourth down.
Yeah, Xavier White there on that one with Simon on that one. So
it would be 53 yards from here. We know their kicker has the range, but I don't think that they will try to do that. Going to run. There's 30 seconds remaining on the play clock.
Yeah, Doug, it actually looks like, I thought Simon had come in at free safety, but it actually looks like he's playing at outside linebacker, the left outside linebacker, where he came in for Layfield on there. And, getting that extra speed out there with these speedy wide receivers was a very good job by Coach Murphy.
Fourth down and 9. Bonnabel set to go for it. And you have to go for it from there. Line to gain is the 27. And Bonnabel takes a timeout. The Bruins will do that. Take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan playoff football right here on 446 Sports.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
Back to the Butch we go. It's ASH Trojan football at JL Butch Stoker Stadium. Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano bringing you ASH Trojan first-round playoff action. Trojans rolling in this one, looking to move to 7-4 and set up a trip down to New Orleans next Friday to face Brother Martin. And what a ball game that will be. Brother Martin, the 4 seed in the state playoffs. Snap is there. Here comes pressure, a little bit of a hold, but right up the middle is X. Xavier White comes in and gets the sack, and that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, great patience there. Watched him, almost spied him. For the second sack of the game for the Trojans. First one by Xavier White tonight. And also had pressure from each end, which forced the quarterback to run up into his position there.
There you see that Trojan defense just continuing to do work. Minute 25, the Trojans will try to go out and put something on the board. It's trying to get it to that 42-point mark. Again, it's not running it up, but it's getting that clock going. If they can get a touchdown here, you're liable to see some of the younger folks, maybe after that first drive, Jimmy Dunkett in motion. Now he circles around, comes back. He'll get the handoff.
Oh,
no,
there
it's
it
play
is.
action.
It's there.
And that's dumped off to Lindsey out of the backfield. JT cuts back to the middle, spins around, and is slung down for a 3-yard gain after contact there down to the 42-yard line. The clock will stop. And, boy, what an impressive game JT and crew have had here offensively.
Yeah, that misdirection that they're doing with Jimmy in the motion and faking that handoff, that's twice they've run the little bootleg off of that. Very good play.
Now you've got Darius and Kirkland to the top, EJ to the near side. Ty's looking that way, but instead he goes to Darius with the scrimmage on the screen up the middle. Darius looking for touchdown number 3, gets pushed down at the 5-yard line and unable to get there. But what a big night by Darius Washington.
Yeah, 38-yard screen play there, just perfect patience. We've seen that run to EJ as well, so that's another big gainer for
Trojans. Offense now comes in very tight. Darius now spreads out, but normally where the slot would play, and it's just about within 20. To the near side is Feaster rolling out. This one's not going to count. Well, they may perhaps have offsides. Feaster cuts to the inside, rolls around, and is slung out of bounds at the 1-yard line. No, they're saying that he wasn't out. Now they do mark it.
Okay.
Penalty flag is going to be against the Bruins of Bonnabel, and that's why they let the play continue there. Bachman letting know what he wants to happen. Got to believe they'll take the result of the play, take second down. That'll get him inside the 1 rather than half the distance at this point. Still 27 seconds. What do you like? I'm going to let you call this play, Coach.
I haven't been very good at this part. I've been good at the keys of the game. But
here's your this is a good one for you to call. There's a timeout, but we'll keep it here. You're at the 1-yard line, offensive line like that. Who do you go to?
I mean, JT.
You're taking the chalk in this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean.
You're going there, all right.
And then something else, something else whenever you're up like this. I mean, why put anything else on film?
You're exactly right.
No reason to put anything on film for next week.
This isn't the time when you go in and say, oh, they're going to run 6 in the game. Yeah, this is a big one. Again, the Trojans will get it to start the second half. The Trojans get it in here into the end zone and get the 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion is not an opportunity to run it up. It gets it to that 42-point mark, which is huge because that will get the clock running.
Doug, now we got Tanner Townsend dancing, so.
Chuck has called Ty Feaster on the quarterback keeper. I say I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going slant to Kirkland Bates.
Hey, that'll work.
Let's go slant to Kirkland Bates. Bates is 88. He is inside at the slot, and that's not what I normally would call here. But he's back to pass. There's Kirkland Bates.
See, but he had it wrong.
No, the slant was there, but he pushed off the slant. Yeah. The slant was there. He had to route. But so you had JT, Chuck had Feaster, and I say, let's throw it to 88. Guys, I let y'all both pick first, too.
Yeah,
he says. 43-3, and the Trojans not there to go for 2. So they'll
for the record, Chuck, he is the only one of the 3 of us that actually has Coach Bachman's phone number. So for the record.
He didn't call me right there, I can tell you that. So my Mingo on to hold. Bodie Van Dyke set. That hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. 44-3. Trojans will get the ball. Still 23 ticks of the clock to go until we wrap up the first quarter. But 44-point first quarter, not the highest, or first half, not the highest scoring first half for the Trojans this year. But it has been 49, I believe, was the highest. No, they had 50 at the half in one of their district games. 44-3, baseball field lit up off to our right.
Doug, I had 4 plays, 61 yards, 3 pass plays on that one, and 1 rush by Ty Feaster.
What was the touchdown? Recap the touchdown. What was it?
4 plays, 61.
No, the touchdown.
Oh, the touchdown was a 2-yard slant and back out to Kirkland Bates.
There you have it. For those of you scoring at home, back to the 5-yard line it is. Now coming near side, a little bit of a stutter step, but seeing none of that, Tristan Layfield says, hang on a second, I got you. If you're Bonnabel, you got to see about taking a knee and going ahead and getting out of this thing at halftime.
For sure. Yeah, you don't want to give anything else up here.
No, by no means. So apparently they were fed good spaghetti today. That's what's fueling this game. That's what's fueling the march by the Trojans, that they feasted.
Where'd you get this inside information from?
Look, I just call them like I see them, guys. That's all that we do.
I want one of those special headsets to wear.
You plugged them in.
Yeah, one side you hear the play call, the other side you hear me talking.
Y'all could have picked Kirkland yourselves on there. That'll do it for the first half as Bonnabel does take a knee. Trojans put up 44 big points in the first half. They will get the ball to start the second half. Don't go anywhere. It's the second half of football coming up. Trojans will receive. We'll do it all right after this, and look for Coach Thomas Bachman to spend a couple of minutes with Nick Magnano down on the sideline as they come out of the half. Welcome to halftime here. Trojans lead it big. You're watching ASH Trojan football on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
There are some things in life you can fix, and some things are better left to the professionals. When your vehicle has transmission problems, what will you do? Go where you know.
Go where you know, certified transmission.
Looking for somewhere different for lunch? La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar is a gourmet espresso bar and restaurant with an emphasis on Southern social experience, featuring a wide variety of salads, soups, sandwiches, and of course waffles. La Bistro has something for everyone.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs. Just
hard work and perseverance, it all turned into reality. It's the #1 sport.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harold.
all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Yes.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're at 3,500. We're rolling. Everything's good.
That's what you're projecting me on for right now.
Everything. No, this is that. Yes. No, I'm on that. Just no volume. Just that. Down on the sideline, we are joined with our broadcast partner, Nick Magnano. Nick, you with us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you. After they bring them out, we'll do that opportunity to see if we can find out just where you're at, where you stay. I see you're in the end zone, and that's where the Trojans have been a lot tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm right where EJ beat the cornerback on that nice little corner route that he ran.
Dude, wasn't that pretty? Indeed, it was. The Trojans are making their way back out onto the field. We'll widen out and let you see a little bit of those. I think the folks are happy to see that. And is that Coach Merce? Let him know that we'll talk to him after the game, as always.
Okay.
Great work by. I see him. We'll get to him after the game.
So, and you know Coach Bachman's probably going to want to walk, so y'all got the camera on us?
Yeah, we got you. And there is Coach Bachman. So take it away, Nick, on you.
All right. Hey, Coach, excellent first half. What about your special teams?
Yeah, no, it was good to see Darius get the punt return and Jalen block the, block, scoop, and score was really good. We had the one on the kickoff return, but we flip, we block in the back. We got to be a little bit smarter than that. And, let's go play the second half. I think they want to run the clock, so we're going to run the clock this second half. And we'll be out of here, and we'll be on the round 2.
Sounds great, Coach. We appreciate the time as always.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. And now Nick is getting all the inside information normally that I get, finding out that even though it's 41, they do have the option to run the clock, and they're going to do that.
So, hey, maybe I can get that promotion and be standing on the sideline and relay it to you during the second half, huh?
Maybe if you can get up here before the clock runs out. Turn around and look at the clock.
Uh-oh, here we go. All right, see you in a second.
There it is, Nick Magnano joining us from the sideline, and what great work he is doing down there. Here it is 44-3. You see that courtesy of your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. A lot of great football that the Trojans have played tonight, and we're glad that we're able to bring it to you. Going to take one more break before we get the second half going. Guys, don't go anywhere. Running clock in the second half. Ought to get out of this one before that. You won't make the 9 o'clock hour, but it's going to be an early one. Don't forget, after the game, we will visit with Coach Bachman on the field, and then we'll get him up here for the Trojan wrap-up show that can be viewed on our YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll catch up on everything that we do. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for second half action. You are watching ASH Trojan playoff football right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
We are back, ASH Trojan playoff football. You heard it out of the break that the Trojans will have the running clock here in the second half as we get things going. Trojans will start out with the ball. And expect to see Gassett, expect to see Montague tonight. You see those two guys on the sideline getting loose. Montague and Gassett. Don't know if we'll see them from the first drive. If we do, expect for the Trojans to say the same rotation. And Nick has made it back up here. Mr. Up-A-Date, look, he's got to be working on player of the game honors as many times as you go up and down the bleachers, Coach.
I'm taking it for the team, Doug. You know me. Team player here.
How was the footing out there, though? It looks a little slippery on the bleachers. We brought Roger back inside to get him out of the cool air.
I can tell you I jogged about 10 steps up, and I said, no, I'm going to take it a little slower here because it was a little slick.
I've heard of that before, but I'm not sure what that means.
But the turf it wasn't very bad, from what I could tell. Of course, I'm a little bit heavier than some of these boys that are running faster than me, but looked like it was, draining well. And Coach Bachman's excited about this and was excited about his special teams play and just ready to put this one behind him.
On to round 2, we said. The Trojans will do that. Back deep to receive. Back deep to receive is E.J. Scott. I see Jimmy Duncan. I see J.T. Lindsay, Darius Washington, Kirkland Bates to the near side. Kirkland Bates has a touchdown reception in this game.
But guess who was at the show last night for the first time, I think, this season?
Kirkland Bates.
Kirkland Bates.
There you have it. It's something about that show. Ty Feaster having a great first half here, too, in limited action. I say limited because how many possessions did the Trojans offense have? 4?
I think so. And he was 8 for 9, 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. JT was 10 carries for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. Darius leading receiver right now with the amount of yards, 2 for 63, 1 touchdown, then the 75-yard punt return touchdown. And then Jalen Johnson with the block punt, scoop, and score.
There you have it. Now that's how your Trojans got to 44-3 in this one. Again, they will receive the opening kickoff. Clock will run. That is off to the far side, and JT bounces it around, picks it up at the 5-yard line. That may let the blocking get going. It does not. JT had a nifty one called back in the first half, and let's see who we have. We got the bulk of the offensive line still out there, so it looks like you're going to see Ty and company come back out for this first series, and expect this will be the last one that they play on this evening. Getting ready for a big slate of football tomorrow night. All the coaches' shows wrapped up. They had the Bryant Bell show tonight. Had the reservation roundup was tonight over at Quibido's and Jim Deggy's. Those guys were. Chuck made his way over here to watch a little football. The Indians, I say, will play tomorrow night. They will host L.W. Higgins out at the reservation in Tioga Penalty as we get underway.
Legal participation on the defense.
Got to figure out a way to stop them, and that may be with 12 guys out there. Still have 12, as you see 32 running off of the field. Illegal participation will get you 5 yards on there. Again, Buckeye down to De La Salle is where they will go. Pineville will make the trip down I-49 to Karen Crow. We remember that trip well. Play action. Now Ty stepping up in the pocket, looking to get to the far side. And, I don't like that. I don't like Ty running the football here up in this one. But saw that the play was not there.
Yeah, he had EJ out here on this post route, and he was double covered and had to make a play. And he did get the first down, 6-yard gain there.
And then the solo district champion Menard Eagles will make their trip. They'll be at home tomorrow night. Dump on to the near side. He's trying to get to the corner. Banged it down near midfield at the 50-yard line. Oh, what a big bruising run. So JT's night, we believe, is done following that return. They may be just giving him a breather, but you're going to start seeing a lot of those Trojan starters coming off of the field. Ty and company in there. Thibodeau is at the H-back, but going over the top to EJ, banging around, bouncing, and boy, that'd have been a highlight reel for sure as it bounced off of that cornerback that was down there. EJ had a couple of steps on him, but unable to finish that one off.
Yeah, that's the first time all year we've seen Ty and EJ not be on the same page. But there was actually a penalty here. I think it was a hold, so it wouldn't have counted anyway.
Nah, but it sure would have looked nice
Yes,
on the as a candidate for the Southern Air Cool Play of the Game right now. We see our man Big Rig down there taking some photos. He was up here with us a little bit earlier, made the trip down from West Washita. Got to meet him last week. A lot of great photos. You'll see those come out. Of course, 1T Photography. There'll be a bunch of photos on tonight's action. Handoff comes to the near side as Vaughn again. Vaughn cuts up the middle, banging around, going to get the first down, still going, and brought down at the 33-yard line. They'll give him the 34.
Yeah, 26-yard gain there behind Caleb Pearl. Pearl he pulled and was blocking 10 yards down the field there. Great play.
First down and 10 for the Trojans, 34-yard line. They scrimmage. Back to pass is Ty. Oh, there's EJ stop route. Scott, he turns and spins. Goes down at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, 12-yard, 13-yard gain there on that stop route.
Trojans looking to cap off their 5th drive with a touchdown. Ty hands it off. Vaughn's got it up the middle, and the fresh legs just bangs right in. There's some Jacoby Morris got tied up with one of the defensive linemen, and a little bit of a wrestling match there. 7:52 and counting, as again we told you the clock continues to run. Second down and 1.
They give him 8 on that play, I think, Doug.
Snap throw over to EJ. EJ spun down inside the 10. That'll be a first down. It'll be first and goal for your Trojans.
Yeah, 5 yards on the stop route there. And let's talk about Vaughn for a second. Talking about low center of gravity, and man, he's a bruiser. He punishes the defenders at the end of the run.
Such a different runner than JT, but still pounds his way around there. Play action now going over the top. That's holding is what the...
How was that not interference?
So they fake the little stop and then try to go over the top. I don't think there was as much room as you needed from 9 yards out. It's hard to fake the stop and go. You've only got 19 yards to work with. But
if the DB sets a pick on you, it doesn't matter if you have room or not. I mean, but hey, it's 44-3, so maybe that's the one.
Kirkland out in the slot again.
This would be time for a slant there, Doug. They're
going to call a false start. And luckily there, it was the snap that came back early and nobody was ready for it. It remains second down and goal from the 14. Trojans fans, we will be back at Walk-Ons next Thursday night. We'll talk about this one. We will certainly talk about that big matchup that the Trojans will have as they head down to Brother Martin next Friday night. But join us at Walk-Ons Thursday night at 7. Ty facing second down and goal. Handoff is to Vaughn. Vaughn following his blocker all the way down the field. Touchdown, Vaughn. That ball touchdown, Trojans. See if we could see that one more time on the BU Designs instant replay. You see the graphic there. It tells you it's a Trojan touchdown. And Vaughn just bangs around and bangs around. You'll see the snap come in and just blocking down the field beautifully and into the end zone. The Trojans go over 50 on the night with this PAT. It is 50-3 currently. And that running clock takes off 7 minutes on that drive. And the Trojans 5 for 5 with touchdown drives. Back to outscoring their defense and special teams unit now, as the Trojans defense and special teams have accounted for 16 points, 35 for the offense in what can only be described as an efficient, dominant night against an undermanned Bonnabel team. These guys came out and they fought and they were spirited, but it's just too much Alexandria in this one. A lot of good tailgating going on down there. We saw you down there at the tailgate that looked like Hanner and that group had going on in the curve. Of course, we saw some going on the far side. Sam Gassett and company over there on the far side.
Doug, 6 plays, 83 yards on that one, capped off on that 14-yard touchdown run by Vaughn.
Trojans can't have more than about 30, 31 offensive plays tonight. Is that what you're seeing? Or are you good? Foot into that one. Carries the return man back to the 3-yard line, and there's that speed, but there's the Trojan return team that is up to the challenge in it. Most of these drives that you've talked about have been 6-play drives, and
32
plays on the night. 16, so 35 offensive points on 32 plays. That's making good use of the football.
For sure, and we're going to get our rosters, make sure we have the correct players. A lot of reserves for the Trojans on this half.
And well, you see these guys and you talk reserves, but this is the future. And you talk about the future of this, and Bachman and group are just as happy about the guys that will be coming up. Handoff comes to the near side, and here comes pressure. Good work defensively.
Yeah, Clayton Dole and Carrot Gaines on that one. Both met him for a 2-yard loss. Man, Carrot Gaines gets up the field. I mean, he flies.
So both safeties saw that, and you don't mind your safeties making a tackle if it's in the backfield.
Right, yeah, and then Clayton Dole on there as well, number 40, middle linebacker. He's just a ball hawk, and, of course, that one, I will say this, Doug, neither one of them wrapped up, but how slick the turf is, they were able to bring him down, but, needed to try to get a good clean wrap on that one as well.
2nd down and 12 following the 2-yard loss. Clock continues to run at 2:45. Snap is back. There's a slant into coverage, but great work defensively.
Yeah, Ryland Hall on that pass breakup. I mean, played it perfectly. Ball was thrown a little high, so he was able to get his hands in there and mix it up, and great pass breakup there.
Look, want to go back earlier to the starting cornerbacks, My Mingo and Showtime Duke, Jalen Johnson, that were there. They were pretty solid as always. In that one, of course, Johnson, the block, the scoop and score on the punt. And Mingo, there's no service on Mingo Allen. I mean, he went out there and played that type of game. 2:04 remaining here in the third. 3rd down and 12. Back to pass, trying to throw that little screen. That time, Simon missed that one and off and running. We'll see if the Trojans defense can come up and make that, and that is Hall chasing him down. But after about a 60-yard gain.
Yeah, that was Gaines and Simon both came in for the big hit, didn't break it down, and 5 just put a great move on them and just ran out of gas. So that young man's been running all night. Brandon Lewis with that big gain on that screen play. But like I said, Simon and Gaines there coming up for the big play. Like I said, didn't break it down, and that's what we have.
1st down and goal from the 9 for Bonnabel in this one. The Bruins I'm not even going to make that joke about them having something brewing here. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. 1:02 remaining, 60 seconds. I know you would. 60 seconds back in this one. Snap is there. Again, Lewis has it. Christian Ray was diving in, trying to get him, unable to get there. Cortez Simon comes up and makes that stop. 45 to go in the third. We'll see if Bonnabel tries to run a clock or they go ahead and get this off into the 4th.
Yeah, Christian Ray forcing that to the boundary, and Simon there would good contain out here. Much better job, and then Clayton Dole helped him on the tackle.
They will have to snap the football one time, as there's about a 3-second differential between play clock and game clock. 2nd down and goal. The ball still lies at the 9-yard line. Bonnabel set with a receiver to the top and 2 to the near side. Trying to make some adjustments is Adams at quarterback. Snap is back. He's looking to throw the slant. Unable to get there. Instead, here comes that defensive unit, and they'll bring him down on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 51-3, your Trojans lead it. We've got 12 minutes and not much more than that remaining in this one. We'll get it all going when we come back. You're watching ASH Trojan playoff football right here on 446 Sports.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear. Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Getting ready for fourth quarter action as Bonnabel has it at 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. You know, we talked in the off, and we're already rolling the clock here, so you love to see that. Merce would love to, and that defensive unit would love to keep Bonnabel out of the end zone here. 3rd down and 8. Adams back to pass, now looking at the slant, and it is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonnabel. That'll make it 51-9. PAT is pending.
Yeah, a little zone coverage there, kind of in front of Frazier and behind Gaines there on that play, so wide open on that little slant.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy about that one, but all in all, when we get an opportunity to talk to Merce tonight, we're going to talk to him about that defense and how dominant it was. They put up, 14 points before Feaster and Groove. That snap is fumbled around. Now back to pass, throws it to an offensive lineman, and PAT is going to be no good. Can't return it at any rate. Again, hang in there for a big night of football tomorrow night. You'll see Tioga host L.W. Higgins. Menard will host Houma Christian. Buckeye on the road to De La Salle. Good luck to all of our teams. And Pineville down I-49, they make the trip to see Chance Babineau and that high-powered Karen Crow ball club that was number 1 for the bulk of the season. Fell off a couple of games towards the end of it, so you know they're going to be fired up in that one. You'll be able to watch all of that on 446 Sports. We invite you to go and subscribe if you have not. Doesn't cost you a nickel to subscribe on there. Just head on over to our YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell. Give us a like and a comment, or give us a thumbs down and a comment. It doesn't matter, but we're just delighted that you are here with us. Had a lot of folks from all around the state tuned in to this one, and they saw Alexandria really open things up with 44 points in the first half.
Hey, is Chance Babineau a senior yet?
He's still not. He's still not. Just a junior.
Sophomore, right?
Was he? No, I thought he was. Yes, he's a sophomore because his freshman year he had 1,000 yards rushing, got that offer from Michigan, and his sophomore campaign saw him at quarterback, so that'll be tough. Kickoff is a high one and gathered in there by Bates at the 15. Kirkland's got it now trying to cut up. No, that's not Bates. That's 81 that's got that one.
Terry with the kickoff return.
Yep, Jathan Terry.
And Terry has that one, the freshman. And look, they are so high on this freshman class that is coming in. It just over and over, the group that is here. This is such a well-balanced team. At 21 seniors on this year's squad, and you talk about the upperclassmen, they want to get in there. They want to leave a legacy for the underclassmen. The underclassmen want to send the seniors out with a great season. And Talon Johnson now checks in, and it looks like
Max Gassett.
Yeah, Gassett now in there. And the Trojans' second drive of the second half starts with 8:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff is to Johnson. Johnson had an opportunity to keep running to the outside, cut it back to the inside, and goes down.
Yeah, 4 yards off the left side there of this new offensive line as well. I'll try to get their names in just a second.
Snap is back. Gassett's got to get it, and that timing was off. But Talon comes in and says, just give me that, and I'll take it and get a Trojan first down out of the deal.
Yeah, 6 yards. It looked like it confused the defense. A little misdirection there.
After tomorrow night's games on Sunday, you'll be able to tune in to 446 Sports and catch our playoff edition, another one, just an hour-long one, but a playoff edition of Coach Speak. Handoff comes to the near side. Down inside the 35 goes Johnson once again.
Yeah, 15-yard carry off this left side. Fullback came across and sealed the outside really well. That looks like number 48, who's the fullback in there now, who is Bryce Letzinger. If I'm looking at his number correctly.
Again, big shout out to all of our veterans, as Saturday is Veterans Day. The parade did get canceled out at the VA for what they feel is some inclement weather that's coming in, but they still will have their event inside at 10 o'clock. That's Saturday morning. But we take a moment to thank all of those that have served as our veterans. And, you have the different holidays that honor the independents and veterans and all the different ones, Memorial Day and all of those. This one is set aside for all those that have served. And so we say a heartfelt thank you to all of those of you that are within earshot of us, that make this country the great country that it is.
Yes, without you all, we would not be here broadcasting a high school football game.
Friday, though, is observed holiday, so some of us are off for the day, so that won't be too terribly bad. First down and 10. Gassett with the handoff to Johnson. Johnson trying to get up the middle. Continues to bang those legs around. We're inside 7 minutes now remaining here.
Yeah, going to give him 3 on that carry. This young offensive line is very good in size.
We were close to making another 9 o'clock. It's going to be just about 9:01 and 30 seconds when this one's done. Johnson on the inside handoff, puts his head down, bangs around inside the 30 to the 27, where it'll be 3rd down and 2. Talon Johnson continues to impress. Look at the size of that offensive line, though, that young one. And that's you don't see any of your starters out there at all, but the size is amazing. Gassett, that one kind of blown up. He's trying to get around one of the big offensive linemen, and there's going to be a penalty flag. And don't know if the helmet came off, so it's got to be a face mask as they pulled the helmet off of Johnson. I don't know what else they could have called right there.
Talon's telling him, so with a penalty, he can stay on, right?
With a penalty, because that's what pulled it off of there.
Yeah.
And so the helmet was about 8 yards beyond where they were. So no, if it is aided in getting off of there, then you can stay out there.
So we have 79 Tanner Simek, who's a sophomore, is in a left tackle, and I'm gonna try to.
He looks like he's the biggest of all of them.
Yeah.
First down and 10 for the Trojans. Gassett back to pass. Gassett going over the top. Unable to get that one complete.
Yeah, Marquise Butler on the intended receiver there. Good coverage there.
Pretty pass, too. Going to be a penalty flag in the end zone. We'll see what they sort out.
I think it was celebration on the defense or taunting on the defense.
That's tough to get a taunting and celebratory call here. Down 51-9.
Yeah, him and Marquise were jawing, so.
Perhaps a little bit of an offset. Nope. And look, that a white hat lets you know about it.
He does.
That's 5 minutes. That's enough of that nonsense.
Yes, he's like, enough.
It's like, look, that's, goodness, this is this group down from the northeast portion of the state out of the Ruston area. Grateful to have those guys down there. Oh, he said he did the throat slash is what he signaled to the sideline, did the white hat.
Oh.
So, there's nothing. Going to be false start, so they'll back it up 5. Should put the ball around the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 inside the 2. Trojans can get a first down.
You said they're up from the West Monroe area?
From Ruston. From the northeast portion. Chuck, not even on the broadcast, it comes up to give Nick a little grief.
Yes, that was. And we're going to say number 60 is the left guard, who's Connor Reed.
What
looks like
an auspicious
65.
way to get your name called in this one.
No. He's not the one. I'm trying to get
okay.
I'm trying to 65. Justin Alvarado looks like he's the center. If I'm trying to, they're going so fast. I know that sounds funny, but
3:35 to go. That's Johnson. Johnson gets to the 10, now 5. Talon Johnson, touchdown, Trojans. Let's see if we can look at Talon one more time, run that one through, and just great work by the young running back for the Trojans. Gets to the outside, cuts around, and that is going to be 57 now for the Trojans. That instant replay courtesy of BU Designs, and we thank them for everything that they've done.
Aiden Setliff is one of your offensive linemen as well, number 62, and he's an 11th grader.
Couple of players down for Bonnabel, and numbers have played into this. I mean, they are they're fighting and battling and playing it. So utmost respect for that Bonnabel team that came up here, long drive for them, knew they were under man, and you see that when they get off the bus. It just not when they came out. Normally, we thought it was the skill players that came out because they usually come out ahead of everybody else. That was the entire team.
Yeah, that's correct. And we talked about it before the game. I mean, size-wise, they're not the largest group on the offense and defensive line. So that was, that was everybody on the team whenever we were watching warm-ups.
Young man still down. Bradley, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back. You're watching ASH Trojan football right here on 446 Sports.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
There are some things in life you can fix, and some things are better left to the professionals. When your vehicle has transmission problems, what will you do? Go where you know.
Go where you know, Certified Transmission.
Big welcome out to our newest sponsor. They'll be with us through the 23-24 season. Certified Transmission out in Ball. Great to have those guys on board. Go where you know. Certified Transmission out in Ball. Thankful that those guys have joined on board. They'll be the title sponsor for Menard Baseball that's coming up this season. Extra Point is up, and it is good. 58 now to 9 in this one, and the clock continues to run. So you're going to have just a little bit of football left as Mesh comes out to tee this one up. Again, we will be at Walk-Ons next Thursday night, provided that game, and I don't see how that game would be on Thursday by any means. So you'll see us at Walk-Ons on Thursday night. Come out and join us for second round action. Bud Clark was on the show. Got a phone call from Bud Clark. So who knows? We got to dig and do some research and see what kind of surprise we can come out for Brother Martin in that game. The 4 seed is where the Trojans will head down to the New Orleans area and play one of the teams out of the Catholic League, they call it.
So, Doug, we have 3 running backs with a touchdown, 3 receivers with a touchdown. So we have JT with a touchdown.
We have a defensive touchdown, and we have a special teams touchdown.
That's correct.
So besides that, the Trojans scored on every possession that they've had the football tonight, even only in both possessions here in the second half. To the far side, and that's a big-time hit.
I was blocking the back, it looked like. I don't know if they called it, but it looks like Montague. It looks like 32 Montague got hit in the back, but. And I want to apologize for how many times I said his name wrong at the Pineville game.
Well, Nick, if you want to make your way down to the sideline, we see the crowd starting together by that big new gate. We'll join you down there momentarily. And don't forget, we'll have the Trojan wrap-up show with Coach Bachman makes his way into the press box. But right now, we're going to send Nick down to the sideline, and you're stuck with me the rest of the way. 1 minute remaining here in this one. I told you it'd be a little bit after 9 o'clock is all that it was going to be. We'll be joined here momentarily as Nick makes his way back down there. Let me make sure that I get all of this turned on because it's really difficult to listen to Coach Bachman when we're not connected. That should do it for tonight's contest. As Bonnabel will not, I don't believe, run another play. (17 and 16). Bonnabel may run one more here, but I don't, at any rate, getting those younger guys some action as well, and they just take a knee. But that will wrap it up. Your final score, Alexandria 58, had 44 in the first half, 58 score on all offensive possessions, 2 defensive possessions, or 2 special teams, and a safety on the evening also. Waiting for Nick to make his way down on the sideline. Don't forget, we will stop this broadcast and we will start the post-game show. You know, I don't know if we just don't leave this one going and just do it from here as Coach Bachman makes his way up here. We'll let you watch the end of the festivities. Coach Bachman will talk to his team just a little bit, but another big week for the Trojans. They move to 7-4 on the year. 7-4 here, and they will move to week 12. See the handshakes that's going on. We should be able to talk at one point to Coach Mercer that's down there. We'd like to visit with him afterwards also. Big thanks to all of those that tuned in and watched this one throughout. It has been a pleasure to bring you ASH Trojan football throughout the season. We will be on the road with them. Don't know the streaming requirements or any type of parameters that they have at Brother Martin, but we'll figure that out and see if we're live or tape delayed or Memorex or whatever they say these days. One of those. We have one of them. We see Nick making his way out to the 25-yard line, and we're going to try to jump on board with him real quick. Nick, is that you down there, buddy?
Yep, can you see me?
Yep, we've got you. He's around the 27-yard line, and Coach Bachman waving him off. He's going to go talk to his team real quick, but we'll zoom in and get a good look at him.
No, you can.
Nick, just business as usual down there tonight for the Trojans. Nick, you hear me?
Yep. I got a bunch of media people down here talking to me. I'm waiting for my media credentials, for 446.
I understand.
Yeah.
And let's assure them who gets the first interview tonight, my friend. There's no doubt about that. But a big shout. I see Lamar from the Sinlaw Preps. I see Brett McCormick with 1T Photography. I see Big Rig down there taking some photos. And it's just a star-studded night down there on the field.
Yeah, Coach Bachman asked for 2 minutes. He's going to address the team, and then I'll ask him a couple of questions, and then I'll bodyguard and bring him up there.
Well, let's get Merce a little bit too. I got a couple of questions for him after you finish up with T-Bach.
Yeah, for sure.
58-9, the Trojans finished this one off in a game that was really never in doubt. Bonnabel takes the opening kick, and it results in a punt return for a touchdown as the Trojans hold them out. You see the prayer is wrapped up. Man, that Trojan team is fired up. Great week of practice. Coach Bachman took it easy on them just a little bit this week to let them get healed up. Hope to have Jason Blackwell. Down to you, Coach Nick.
I was going to say, you're talking a lot up there, Doug. Now, here's Coach Bachman. Congratulations on the playoff victory, Coach.
Yeah, glad to get this one in the books, and here we go. Fun begins.
So, Coach, going to New Orleans now. I know you're going to enjoy this one, but look forward to that trip.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to jump straight into it and, get ready for this. Great program. Those guys do an incredible job. I think 3-4 years now they've been in semifinals or finals, and competitors, these are the ones that you love. So we're really looking forward to it. Can't wait to get in here tomorrow morning and start the prep.
Hey, Doug, we'll let Coach meet with his family a little bit and do a couple other media, and we're going to get Coach merch here. Thanks a lot, Coach.
There you go. Good work, as always, by Coach Bachman, and he'll make it over to the Centerline Preps crew. And we're getting my man, Coach Mercer, down there. And there you go, Coach, giving us a shout. Tell me a little bit about how that defense of yours played. They set the tone right from the opening drive.
I thought so as well. As far as watching film, wasn't really sure how they were going to try to approach this game and what they were going to do. Thought our kids did a decent job as far as adjusting. Had a couple things that we had to go adjust on. Some of the tight end oversets they had. Thought we did a good job adjusting later on. But one of the main things we did say, we were going to try to score in every phase that we could when we could impact the game. So I thought we did a good job at punt return. We made an emphasis this week. Thought we've had some opportunities blocking it up, giving Darius a chance, and it was good to see the kids go apply it and go block it up. And then earlier on in that, we get the opportunity for Jalen. Had Jalen and Cortez Simon going off the edge. Initially, it was supposed to be Cortez on the block, and Jalen just said, I'll just do it myself. Went and made a great play on the block, and then for the touchdown itself, and then, the self-inflicted for them, but the safety. So, for us defensively trying to get a score in every phase we possibly could, that was nice.
Can you give
Doug? I mean, he just took all of our questions.
Well, he did, but I have one last one for him. Jalen Johnson, Showtime Duke, was on the show last night. Can you lend any credibility to the rumor that when you're on the show, big things happen for you?
Let's get the entire defense on the show next week. Let's put them all in the box, all together, and let them go talk for a little bit, because we definitely need that going in next week.
Coach, just a tremendous week of practice and preparation for you. Congratulations on a great game tonight.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
There you go. Nick, we're going to let you get him up here. We're going to keep the broadcast going. We'll leave it on the sideline on that crowd that's out there, and then when you get Coach Bachman up here, we'll get things going. So knock him away from those two media guys that are down there and bring him up here in just a bit.
We'll do it. Thanks.
There you go. Nick Magnano doing great work down on the sideline. Going to take a couple of commercials. When we get back, we'll try to get Coach Bachman up here in the booth for the ASH Trojan wrap-up show. We'll do all of that right after this. Trojans victorious 58-9. They moved on to the second round to face Brother Martin, and we'll see what Coach Bachman has to say when we get a candid few minutes with him right after this. Don't go anywhere. We've got a commercial set coming up. We'll be back for the Thomas Bachman wrap-up show, the ASH Trojan wrap-up show, when we come back.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's hot out there, and we want to cool you down with some great savings on your new AC unit. Right now, you could save on a new energy-saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Plus a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Just need a repair? We got you covered too, with $50 off any repair backed by a 2-year parts and labor warranty. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
And we are back. We are here at the Trojan Wrap-Up Show. Joining us up in the booth is a victorious Coach Bachman. And look, it's a good smile. It's good to see that you guys came out firing away. Tell me about it.
Yeah, happy to have this one in the books, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, I mean, punt return, touchdown, block, scoop and score. It was a good way to start. It seemed like I was looking up at the clock thinking, I wonder if we're going to play any offense in the first quarter. But, we'll go look at it tonight. We'll move on in a hurry.
Yeah.
Knowing what we've got in front of us. But we'll look at it tonight. And, obviously there'll be things to coach, and we'll coach those things. But glad to have it in the books.
Darius was out last week, came back in, and exploded tonight.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys that, he's got that it factor. Boy,
right.
he can make you miss. I don't know if any of us could tag him if we stood right here and we said go. He probably would be out the door, and, he's just got that ability to make you miss. We've seen it all year, time and time again, and he loves football, loves to compete, and those guys are a lot of fun to coach.
Got back Jalen Johnson tonight, who didn't play. He had the big block, and we talked to Merce after the game, and he told us, he says, well, it was designed for Tristan to get the block and Jalen, but Jalen said, well, I'm just going to go get the block myself. But seeing him back and playing with that fire was great to see.
Yeah, it was good to have them all back in uniform tonight. I'm hoping that, eventually we can get 22 back out there. We'll just take that day by day. But, yeah, to have Jalen out there and, what he and Mingo bring out there on the edge at corner, it certainly is a good feeling for us as coaches to have those guys out there, get Jeremiah back out there. I mean, we had a bunch of guys that wasn't anything major, but it was enough to keep them out of a ball game. So, yeah, glad to have them back, all of them.
Nick had a great stat about how many different players scored tonight for you, Nick.
Yeah, we had 3 running backs that scored touchdowns. You had three receivers scored touchdowns. Jalen Johnson with the scoop and score. Darius with his his first score was the punt return. So, 7 different people.
Wow, that's awesome. No, I'd like to get those guys involved, and certainly, getting Tylen in the end zone. He's worked hard for a lot of years. That was awesome. Wanted to get him in there. It was a nice run there at the end, and so proud of him and happy for him. But yeah, there was a lot of guys involved tonight.
We're very impressed with the way Vaughn ran the ball coming in that second half.
Yeah,
he comes in low center of gravity and just pounds away.
Yeah, we got a lot of confidence in Vaughn. Been watching it all year in JV games.
Yeah.
He played on defense last year as a freshman, sophomore. As a freshman, he had a broke wrist and didn't get a whole lot. And we played him on defense last year. And just, every year we're going to evaluate the roster in the offseason. Made him, moved him over, and he's just continued to get better. There's still things that he's learning, the nuance of things when you're not necessarily carrying the football, but his ability to break tackles and his balance is impressive.
JT really established things tonight, came out, got the first 3 or 4 carries on there, and did what JT does, just establish things.
Yep, no doubt. Wanted to come out and try and do that. A little bit of debate of how we wanted to open it. And, Coach Free wanted, all right, let's go right at him right here, and let's try and grab a hold of it. And, certainly didn't know that was going to be with about 4 or 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, but we'll take it.
Well, it was, we talked about the West Washita game last week, and West Washita had 10 minutes of time of possession. It was the same thing tonight, but what a different story, because you scored defensively and special teams, and just it was a great performance. So time of possession doesn't necessarily tell the tale when you're getting out there and getting after it.
No doubt, number of plays run is always a big stat, that can go into time of possession. How many plays are you running? Don't know what that is tonight. I mean, we'll go in there and see that, but that plays a big factor into it. You might be playing fast, but how many plays are you making the other side play? And we're going to play with our tempo and do the things that we've always done. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't.
At one point, we had you at 32 plays offensively when it got to 51. So you were averaging about 6 plays a drive, and that's as efficient as you can imagine to be.
Yeah, when you get big chunks in the run game, and we felt really comfortable with that matchup. Knew they were going to be up the field, and we were going to be able to get it kicked fairly, fairly easy with them running up the field. it makes those chunk plays, and eventually if JT can get far enough, he's going to, hit some big yardage ones. I mean, obviously Darius right here on the,
right.
What was it, 3-4 guy? Boy, he just
makes
you miss.
It was great to watch.
Does a really good job. So glad to have this one in the books. I keep saying that, but I am. I mean, really get to get in here and get to work tomorrow. There'll be some games that we'll just watch as high school football fans and keep up with the scores and all that stuff. But we certainly, with Brother Martin having the bye, there's no wondering who you're playing. Like
That's right.
The bracket's set. So we'll turn our focus to that here in a hurry.
Well, Coach, discipline on defense. I mean, I think the only way you could describe their offense really is chaotic. I mean, there's so many different things, and your defense was very disciplined tonight.
Yeah, I was. They hit a couple of chunk plays. Some of the vertical balls, and they hit us on a kind of a glance there on one of the long yardage situations, and knew that athletically they were going to make a couple of plays, get the ball on the ground, and make them string that stuff together for consecutive plays that we would be all right. And I think we, for the most part, were able to do that. A little bit disappointed that we gave up that one there at the end on a very, simple concept that we should be all over, but we'll continue to coach.
Ty Feaster again tonight. He was 8 of 9 for 114 yards, I think is what it was, but 8 of 9. And just, you hate to lessen what he's doing and say that, but efficiency is what I think has grown so much with him.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm trying to help me remember the incompletion.
EJ dropped.
It was the drop here. EJ had
the one in the post where it came right over and he dropped it.
But I thought we got flagged for holding.
No, that was the second one over here. I think, if I'm not mistaken,
it was the far side.
Y'all were right. I'm just trying to remember.
I think to be honest with you, I think he might be 9 for 10. I think might be the.
I don't know.
I'll have to look
anyway,
at it.
At any rate,
that's a great thing. That's a great thing when you think about where your quarterback's at.
Love those little receivers. I was glad that Kirkland Bates got in the end zone tonight. He's done a bunch of things.
Can you please tell them that you didn't tell me that was happening on there? Because so Nick was here, and I said, okay, Nick, what do you do? He says, well, we're going to give it to JT. All right. And so Chuck joined us up here tonight from their show, and he says, I think Feaster's a keeper. And I look it over, and I see Kirkland in the slot, and I said, I think they're going to run the slant to Kirkland right here. Why? And there it is. So let them know you didn't tell me.
We've been doing this a little while together. But no, I did not tell him.
What is that route? What is that route so I can say it correctly next time?
We just call it a whip route.
Okay.
It's just a slant return. I mean,
okay.
You can bunch of different things. You can go inside out.
Well, that's what I called it. I called it,
I mean, it's the same. Just, traditionally, we've always called it a whip route, jerk route. We've called it that through the years. I mean, it's just different things. But
well, Coach, huge win for you tonight. Got exactly what you needed out of this. An opportunity with an extra day of preparation to get ready for Brother Martin next week. I know it'll be a big trip. We'll be back at Walk-Ons Thursday night. Expect a big crowd to come out there. Trojans moved to 7-4. Great job, and we'll see you at Walk-Ons on Thursday night.
Can't wait. Let's keep it going.
Head coach Thomas Bachman here joins us in the ASH Trojan wrap-up show. Trojans victorious tonight in this one, 58-9. Again, you can join us Thursday night live from Walk-Ons. Come on out there, have some good food. Try the lemon butter chicken. That's the one that he goes with every single time. And why not, as it's been a great season on here. But that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. For everybody that made this possible, Roger Walker out on camera for us tonight. My man Brett Stahl's brother-in-law doing what he does in production-wise. My partner in the booth all season long, Nick Magnano. Chuck joined us over here from the Tioga crew. My man, head coach Thomas Bachman. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.
Good times, fellas. Good times.